My name is Muhammad Nafis bin Shafi'i. I'm from SAB program. Now, I will tell about introduction of internship. Internship is one thing that must be passed by all students before they graduate. It is one of the teaching and learning methods implemented in UMK for each of the programs offered at the undergraduate level. Students are required to undergo industry training in accordance with the organization's program of study or course they take to give real experience in the world of work. Nowadays, soft skill and experience is very important to apply for any jobs. So, our education system through the Ministry of Higher Education now is very serious about the quality of student look produced by an institute of higher education, whether public or private. In perfecting the skill level of the student, a new system has been established by and practiced until today. Oftentimes, we hear that most levels IPTA and IPTS are having problems in the work. This is because lacks exposure on the job. Therefore, the ministry in the Malaysia education system, it is industry training or better known as practical training. Through this way can assist students in finding new valuable experience for the sake of the future. Through the training industry, it could provide an opportunity for students to learn their own environment as well as the challenges faced when working. But it is also focused on the well-being of social values that can be found in the students themselves while working. In the face of financial and management challenge in the area of globalization, the practicum is an important requirement to follow by every student. They not only will be able to experience the work, but to be exposed to the theory and practice of communication. This is a learning outcome that I get during the internship. For the first is ability to make critical and creative decisions. Second, brave to take challenge and explore the solution that the best for the problem. And the third, I can communicate with proper and effective in multiple language in business. And lastly, I will take responsible on myself, community and a nation. Okay. Next is objective of internship. For the first is to improve the knowledge, communication skill, confidence level and industry experience to apply after graduation. And second, to improve the personality and understanding in carrying out the task individually and groups in real work situation. And the third, to enhance intellectual skill in problem analysis and provide solution to those problems, manage work and report writing. And lastly is to increase personal skill of intellect during analyze the problem. Now, I want to tell about company background for Bank Rakyat branch Alustar. Bank Rakyat is an Islamic cooperative bank which was established on 28 September 1954 under the Cooperative Ordinance of 1948. The bank is an entity under the control of the Ministry of Domestic Trade, Cooperative and Consumerism since 2004. In 1989, it was controlled by the Ministry of Land and Cooperative Development and the Ministry of Finance, and in 2002 changed control to the Central Bank of Malaysia under the Development of Financial Institution Act. The bank's first name was Bank Agong, with the full name Bank Agong Kampung Bekerjasama Persekutuan Tanah Melayu dengan Tanggungan Berhad, and registered under the Cooperative Ordinance 1948. It was first based in Bukit Mertajam, Penang before being moved to Kuala Lumpur in 1964. After was being renamed Bank Kerjasama Malaysia Berhad in 1967, the bank extended its membership to individuals as well. Subsequent change to its governing laws have led to the creation of subsidiaries and the expansion of its branch network. Bank Rakyat switched to its current name on 6 January 1973. Bank Rakyat also operates Islamic pawn shop outlets named Ar-Rahnu Exchange. Nowadays, Bank Rakyat has more 146 branches entire Malaysia and more 786 ATM or CDM machine and 78 Ar-Rahnu Exchange. Okay, now there are two types of the logo. First logo for Bank Rakyat Malaysia Berhad and second is current logo for Bank Rakyat Malaysia Berhad. Company mission for Bank Rakyat is to help improve the economic well-being of members by providing financing facilities at an affordable rate for agriculture, production, marketing, industry, fishing, transportation, housing and business activities deemed beneficial to members and to also promote thrift and savings. Company vision. Bank Rakyat is each member of choice bank for all its product and service offering are the best compared with those provided by other competing financial institutions. Since membership in Bank Rakyat is very significant, there is no reason for them to look at others. The vision generates the tagline Bank Rakyat, your choice bank, by means offering the best product and service compared to other financial institutions in the market. Consumer banking. Bank Rakyat Malaysia Berhad is an Islamic cooperative bank. Provide personal loan for government sector. It's called Aslah Awam, and private sector it's called Aslah Swasta in Malaysia. Its personal banking product and service include saving, deposits and current account, personal home, it's called Manzili, car loan, it's called ITAP, borrowing, Ar-Rahnu based on Islamic borrowing, debit, credit, merchant and others card. In addition, Bank Rakyat Malaysia Berhad also provide online banking service. It's called iRakyat. Okay, this is a organization chart for Bank Rakyat Alor branch. For this part, I want to tell about the departments or unit found on the Bank Rakyat Malaysia Berhad of Alor branch, as well as the types of product there is. There are three main departments in Bank Rakyat Malaysia Berhad Alor branch, which are credit department, documentation department and operation departments and Ar-Rahnu. For the first, I want to tell about credit department. I was in the unit credit for 1 month and a half, so a wide range of experience that I have gained from the unit. In credit departments, specialists for personal loan, housing loan and car loan service. For each product have their name. For example, for personal loan we call it Aslah. Housing loan we call it Manzili, and car or motorcycle loan we can call ITAP. For personal loan, we are also offering for government sector and private sector. We also provide a loan for a pension, especially for government servant. For those who want to apply a loan from Bank Rakyat using from salary deduction, they can apply personal loan iRakan Pintar, which is they must use Bank Rakyat as their salary bank and they can get a special rate. Meanwhile, for housing loan, customer can refinance their house And for car, we provide loan for national and non-national car motorcycle. Practically 90% of financing could not be approved was due to availability problems in SICRIS and CITOS. SICRIS is the Central Credit Reference Information System. It is a computerized database that collects, processes, and stores information on all loan browsers in Malaysia. CITOS is Credit Tips of Service Sdn Bhd, which is a private company providing grant information of an individual. Information collected in the CITOS includes business information like shareholding, ownership, and directorship of the company. Second, information summons and bankruptcy. And the third, information are the installment loan or such as motorcycle, furniture, and so on. So, client must check the SICRIS and CITOS at least once a year so that outstanding problem can be detected before the customer seeking to borrow. In addition, the problem from unit credit is difficult to achieve target set by Financing by Rakyat HQ. One of the reasons the public is not interested to do the funding is due to the maximum period specified has been short to be 10 years. People still do not have extensive knowledge about the period of the loan have been shortened. It has been determined by Bank Negara Malaysia Berhad would like to reduce rates because the forest community in the country. Documentation departments. Documentation is a key and integral part in transaction database. Documentation coming in and out of transaction needs to be recorded and stored. The consultants need to be able to provide documentation for inquiries purpose and proof of transaction. The document must be standard and follow the requirement. Besides that, documentation also proves that the transaction conducted between consultants and customers. That the documentation is required to show evidence of compliance and form for classification process for all clients. Risk incurred by staff of the documentation unit is very heavy because it involves the storage of important documents, for example, car grants, grant house, the customer's bank statement, and others. Documentation also involves creating documents to record detail, storing and preserving documents that are relevant. They are important for the purpose of recording detailed information about customer for retaining to as evidence for documenting policies and rules. Implementation of projects. A task that often I did when I was in the documentation unit is filing customer document, organize client files, make a copy of the letter of offer letter to give to the customers, make a copy of the document will be given to lawyers for summons and job files customer who were clearly making loan payment. The result that I can learn for this unit was I was able to learn how to purchase commodities from crude palm oil or CPO, and then how to deal with customers who have outstanding problems, knowing the importance of filing and sort file according to specified shelf, arranging files according to the place that has been provided is very important to be able to facilitate the process of finding the file. For the problems in this unit, there are several issues appear about documentation. The aim of the issues in this case study is about the weaknesses in the documentation. Failures to record the entire of document give the impact to management. This is because they won't record all the transaction and client information. The issue appears because of the lack of information about client in particular. The management frequently change and update new form and did not have specific sample for documentation. Besides that, At the end of the year 2016, all staff of the Susulan units was transferred to a centralized Susulan office. So the problem faced by the staff of the documentation are difficult to find all the file customer because staff Susulan units previously not put the file by type of financing done by the customer. Therefore, the entire file needs to be checked one by one and restructured according to the place that has been provided. Missing file is the offense for the banks because all data and customer information contained in the file. An important aspect of a quality of documentation is having SOP. In fact, the whole process from sampling to the filing of the analytical result should be described by a continuous series of SOPs. This is a operating unit. Operating unit is a main unit that controls all transactions occurring in the bank. These units carry out various tasks. A wide range of products offered by these operating units. For example, Al-Wadiah saving accounts, current accounts, it's called IKAI, credit cards, student cards, internet banking service for the One Nation, iRakyat, fixed deposits, and others. Saving accounts iBank Rakyat is a secure channel to the public saving money based on contract of Wadiah Yad Damana, and client money can be withdrawn at any time. There are three types of saving accounts such as saving account for adults, saving account for teen, saving account for newbie. Operating units include cash management, so all staff needs to have trust and honesty in performing daily tasks. Staff at this operation also have to deal with the public on a daily basis. Human vagaries that I can see, there are this kind of impatient to wait their turn. Some are lazy to fill out a form, as well as agricultural modes again. But all the staff are very professional in order to control the situation because they always smile and if faced with customer. A wealth of knowledge that can I get when I was in the operating units. So we are trained to be adversity and how to deal with customers who have a variety of modes. When I was in operating units, I had the opportunity to calculate money coins to be put in of saving account customer. The problems that often happen to customers are saving account they are inactive as a result. They do not do any transaction of more than 1 year. This problem often occurs to the age because they just do transaction during the stock dividend announced. In addition, in the event of blackouts, the bank cannot do any arrangement. The solution for accounts that have been inactive is customer needs to do the transaction at the saving money or withdraw money from saving account, but they cannot do transaction in CDM. They need to bring the passbook to reactive the account. If passbook customer lost, customer need to do the process of turning off the stamping, and they will be able to the transaction. In addition, each bank should have a power supply so that in the event of blackouts, operation can be to continue. Okay, this is a SWOT analysis for Bank Rakyat Malaysia Berhad Alustar branch. Okay, we can see in the table. For the conclusions, finally, during the 16 weeks, I was able to undergo internship in the banking industry, Bank Rakyat Malaysia Berhad perfectly. This is the best chance I can feel because not everyone had the opportunity to gain experience in the banking industry. In line with the course of that I learned in UMK, Bachelor of Business Administration, Banking and Islamic Finance with honors, I can feel the real experience of working as bank staff. Personally, I can say that I have a little bit difference between theoretical and practical. In classroom, we only learn the theoretical and not very known about the real work. After making this practical training, I have learned many skills and knowledge of the real situation in the field work. During this a few months working here, I can learn a variety of knowledge that can be used as a soft skill for me to use when I was in the nature of work later. I'm exposed to many new things which are very valuable for me to learn and carry out with devotion when I face the real world of working in the future. Yeah, that's all for me. Thank you.